Hello! Today I'll be teaching you how to use Buffer, a free tool for social media management. So, to get started, after you create an account, you will have this screen. Before I start anything, click on your profile, be down here, and enable beta features. Click on just this. This will automatically all go to check. And it'll take a few minutes, but trust me, it's worth it, especially the visual redesigns. You can see what I see. So this is the publish. Yeah. On the side panel here, we have your channels. So you can link up to 3 free channels. So for me, I have TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. But yeah, these are the platforms I mainly use for my short form video content. So if you click on here, then this is how you will add your channels and stuff. If you get the paid versions, you can have more than 3 accounts, but I think as just a baseline, especially as a new creator or you don't got any money, that 3 should be enough. So after you connect your accounts, you can get started with posting. So you can choose between 2 different views, calendar and list view. For me, my preference, I like the calendar view because then I can see what is going to be published on what day. So I'll show, for example, here's an example of like the 2 different views kind of like in action. So for January, I did a lot of posting. You can see like, oh, these are all the drafts you have. Approvals, this is again with the paid stuff. And then sent, the stuff that you've already posted. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys an example of making a post and using this tool. So we'll take today, for example. Click on add a post. And up here, you can select which platforms you want to publish to. So let's say I just want TikTok and YouTube. I don't want it to go on Instagram. I can hit X. And if I want to add it back, I can do this. So this gives you choice of where you want it to, but for me, I always have it on all 3 because I want them to all be done at the same time. So, okay, so I use all these platforms for videos, and you can keep the same video like ratio size for all of the platforms. This is specifically geared towards having like short space content. So if you want anything else that's not short space content, you can still publish it on using this tool. It's just you're gonna need to make sure you adjust the sizing to whatever platform. For example, if especially for images, TikTok only allows you to do a 9:16 ratio for the image, and it also doesn't allow you to have too big of a file size. So again, you will need to adjust that for TikTok. YouTube, if you're going to do a post, you have to do that actually on your YouTube account. You can't do it through Buffer, at least not yet. And then Instagram, again, you'll need to make sure it's the correct sizing. Otherwise, if you're just doing like short space content, it should all be good to go, as long as it's the right size. We're going to do a example post. I actually have a backlog of videos to put out, so it's a win-win. I get to make this video and do my work at the same time. So my work process I usually do is I'll first upload it, use a template that I'll copy and paste into here, and then after that, fill out through all the tabs. So we'll go through an example process. So for all my visual learner friends out here, you'll get to see how this goes down. So select file. You won't be able to see the screen here, but basically upload your video files. So the video will upload. Shouldn't take too long depending on the size. So for me, this is just a quick short on Fallout New Vegas. Listen to it as well. But yeah, this is like post preview. You can also enter full screen if you want. So after you have it all uploaded, whatever you put in here, is going to put in every single description for all platforms. Because when you click on here, customize for each network, you can go to each individual description and edit the details. So we're gonna discard for now because I want to show you guys the create tab. So here is the create tab. This is great for dumping stuff. You can put ideas or use this as a templates tab. They do have an actual templates tab. This is, I guess, good if you're running like business type stuff. I don't use any of this stuff. Maybe I'll use this stuff, but if you need some ideas, you click on this, use template, blah blah blah. I can say whatever. But I just put everything in my ideas tab here. So for me personally, for my schedule template, so here's an example of one thing that you can make here. So this is my socials template. So when I do like a schedule type thing, which I haven't done one of these in a hot minute, I'll be real. So I just put the image here to just say, okay, this is intended for this particular template. Here I have all the stuff that I would write. So mainly it's just my hashtags, so I don't have to repeat. So I usually have, okay, here's my opening line thing, okay, stream schedule. Here I'll edit the timings, my Twitch link, little blurb, what we're doing. So save idea. So you can either like copy and paste this and then use it, or you can do create post. This is good for like if you're using for Twitter and Instagram and you want to have your post stuffs, and you can remove this and stuff. So you don't need to have this. I just have this as I'm a visual person to know that this is for this. You can also just, when you have your template thing, you can even just have it as a placeholder. So just say like date instead, but I just have it default like this, just for my eyeballs. Now also, I do the same thing for my credits. So if you have like template schedule and art, so in this example, this template and here's the art. So I don't forget the peoples who never forget your homies. I have it here saved. So when I do a schedule post, I will add it to the thread, or if I can add it within the post, put this in there. So why is this relevant, you may ask? Well, here you can put what your template would be for your videos, which I realized I haven't put there because I usually copy and paste from my stuffs. So I'll click on like my old posts, see more, do just a copy paste. But if you want to be more efficient, I recommend putting it in your create. But whatever is good for your workflow. Here, click on today. We're gonna post for today. Add video, Fallout video about the eyeballs. Let that upload. Copy, paste. So again, because we're on the starting screen, this will be added to all of the descriptions. So then we'll hit customize. So now in the customization menu, you can edit for each of the posts. So you can edit thumbnails and stuff. Sometimes this feature works, sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't work, I always recommend give it like a refresh or wait till the next day and the video should be okay. Otherwise, editing it just within TikTok. So again, you can edit all the stuffs here. Now, when you're doing it for YouTube, it's gonna tell you here, add the video title. So everything actually needs to be, all this stuff needs to be in here. That's when you just drag it, but again, it doesn't have that much space. So maximum of 100 characters. Usually, get rid of my Twitch link. And then try to shorten whatever my caption's gonna be. In this case, it's not big hat. It'll probably be something about eyeballs. But I'd get rid of hashtags that I don't think would hit too much. a lot of my hashtags are just related to VTuber, blah blah blah. I like to have at least one hashtag that is related to the game. We'll go here to the end. Maybe hashtag Fallout New Vegas. Something like that. And you can edit all this stuff. Not made for kids. They don't need to see eyeballs. Again, Instagram, same thing. You can do the thumbnail stuffs. So you can either save it as a draft or you can schedule it. Now, depending on how you want to send out your stuff. I used to have it so it's like, okay, it'll be noon or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, however the schedule was gonna be. So you can either have it like, it's one time for all these posts. But if you know anything about the algorithms and stuff like that, I wouldn't say I'm knowledgeable completely, but based on my research, it's best to actually schedule your posts according to platform. And of course, certain days. So I would do save draft. And also if you had to create another, then you can, if you want to do like 2 posts within the day, like another video, you can also do that. But anyway, so if we click on the video here, hit the edit, you can pick a specific time. Now, they do have these auto time stuff. I haven't played around with this because this didn't exist when I was last posting. It's been like a month or 2. Again, they keep adding more and more features, so I highly recommend hopping on board because, you know, they're improving. And personally, when they were just bare bones, their features are still pretty good. So highly recommend. Oh, I should also mention I'm not sponsored, but hey, Buffer, if you want to sponsor me, I would happily be your affiliates. So, posting slots specifically, I will get into that. So, with scheduling times, so these are just the ones that they give us suggestions. But I have in a little notebook what I consider are my most active times for people to view my content. You can search up through your analytics and stuff like that. Just your peak times and stuff. Kind of give it an experiment. I always say, you know, maybe give it like a month's worth of stuff. You could do like a post every day. It depends on what you want to do. And see like when people are most interacting. So I've just made like a mock-up post here for a Friday. So for each particular platform, keynote here platform, I have a time, posting slot time. Now by default, you won't have this specific time. You'll have mainly, I guess, these because that's what Buffer is giving as a suggestion. But if you have a specific time that you always want to be posting or different windows and such, and you don't want to manually go and scroll and do that for all of your posts, you can have posting slots. So to access posting slots, you click on your profile here, go to channels, and then click on the gear icon for each of the individual channels, and you can create those different time slots. So we'll go to my TikTok. Here you can change your time zone. So me, Toronto, and posting goal. This is not really relevant. This is, I guess, for this plant thing. If you want to set it, then sure. I don't think it really does anything. But these are my time slots that I put. So here you can do recommended times. You can copy from your other ones. So if you want your TikTok slots to be the same for YouTube and Instagram, you can copy paste those. But for me, I have one for each and every day, certain time. Here you can add another one if you so wish. So again, you do it for every single platform. Okay, so go over the rest of the tabs now and setting features. Since we went through just the general gist of postings, also give some tips and tricks to help you within your adventures here within Buffer. So, great thing with calendar view. Let's say I made a mistake. Oh, I don't want these posts to be on Thursday. I actually wanted it to be on Saturday. You can just drag it. And then, there you go. It says it will reschedule it. However, if you want to change the actual time, then you will need to do that manually. But if you just need to change the date, you can just bring it wherever you want. And it's all individual posts. So if it's like, oh, I only want Instagram to see this content on Saturday and then YouTube gets it on Thursday, you can do that as well. You can also have by platform. So if you only want to see what you're posting on TikTok, there you go. Same thing with YouTube and Instagram. So this posting goal thing, I think, is associated with the plan. This is when it comes to limitations within the free plan, you can check out. I'll put a link to all like the different plan related stuff. Again, I don't get no commission or anything, so if you pay for stuff, I don't make no profits. It's completely up to your discretion. But essentially, with the paid plans, you do get more features and stuff. For example, like the community tab and analytics. But I don't have money, so I'm not going to do that. Here, kind of your one-stop shop. Post idea, connect, create start page, invite team members. So if you're part of a corporation, you can have other people help you out. But again, you must pay. You need the monies. So we'll go through now the different tabs within settings. So profile, pretty self-explanatory. Profile pictures, stuff, all the important information. Probably all this crap's gonna be censored for security purposes, but you get the gist. Preferences, if you want to change it to light, dark, or just whatever your system is, there you go. Time zone, this will be for all your posts and things like that. For me, Toronto. You can set the clock, so if you're a 24-hour kind of person, or 12-hour, you can set your time. Start of the week, so some people like it to be on Sunday or Monday. I put it on Sunday so I can see all the things just as a general calendar view, easier on my eyes. Default posting action. Notifications. So, I have this stuff on, so when things go wrong, you can have a notification. So, post failures. Connection channel updates. So, you don't really need to do this often. I haven't had to reconnect my stuff in a while, but it's good to have this on anyway, so then things don't hit the fan if you need an important post. Have some other options here, comments, hourly comments, like you have plenty of options of what you want for your notifications and research GIFs. Now, organization. This is good again if you have more than one person. Again, I'm just a solo person, so I don't need to fiddle with any of this. Channels, what you can add here. Free plan, you can connect up to 3. And this thing, the start page. So Buffer has a feature that's kind of like how Linktree, you can build like that page thing. You can do kind of the same thing within Buffer. I don't really use it. It is very user-friendly though if you do choose to use it. Just note, it does count as one of your channels. So, if you want to make the most out of Buffer, I would just highly recommend having your Linktree or your card or whatever as a separate thing that will basically operate like a start page. Okay, billing stuff. Again, here are some plan stuff. These are the really expensive things. You can have it as cheap as this or as expensive as this. They have flexible pricing, which is great. Tags, I haven't really used this thing. I have one tag here, the Jaehui for all of my meme stuff. But I think this would just be good for organization stuff. I don't think it's really that useful. But again, I haven't really had the need to use it. Channel groups. I don't know anything about it because I don't have the paid version. But they do have that if you so desire. Save replies. So, if you want it to be like just default response, be like, thanks. Save. So if you want to like reply to people and have it, I guess, quickly throw in that stuff, you can do that instead of manually going through. Now, apps and extras, there is an extension and there is an app that you can get for iOS and I believe Android. Yes, right here. Beta features, as we went through in the beginning, you should have this on so everything looks the same as mine. As of the day I'm making this video, it's March 12th of 2026, so things might have changed. Originally, I was going to make this video a month ago and they already changed so much, so they're constantly changing things, so just keep note that if some of the stuff I say in this tutorial, things have moved around and things like that, they are continuously updating, but the premise should be the same. Refer a friend, well, if you want to do that, you can do that. APIs, all that fancy jazz, integrations, do whatever your heart desires. So, that is essentially Buffer in a nutshell. If you need some quick answers, they do have this tab here. You can share your feedback up here. You can also filter through your posts. So, to show all your drafts, all your scheduled, and all those that have been sent. You can filter through here too, so if you don't want to do it like that, you can do it like that. And then tag, so if you do tag, I guess your post Jaehui or whatever, you can have those too. Oh, limitations. I will mention there are some limitations within Buffer with having the free plan. That you can only have 10 posts per channel at a time. So, what does that mean? What does that kind of look like? So as you can see here, I have quite a bit of posts. You see how it's 10 Instagram, and then again, because I have all the platforms, it's like that. And that's why these are all drafts, I guess. You can only have 10 that are active, that are to be scheduled. After, those have already been sent, then you can add them on additionally. So depending on how you have your schedule of how you want to post your stuff. For me, I like to do all of my content within a month. So technically, if you were to do every single day a video, you would only be able to get 10 days. And then you would need to schedule, I guess if you want to really stretch out your time, on the 9th day, you would schedule the next 9, because the 10th then would be the day of the last post, if that makes sense. So, you can buy the paid plans to go past this, but for me personally, I don't do enough posts that it becomes an issue for me. Personally, I don't think it's really good to post every single day. Just because I do everything myself, so if I were to post every single day, every single short that I make, I'm gonna have to just keep pumping that out like no tomorrow. And I'm gonna be real, I am kind of lazy and I would love to pay someone to do that, but I got no money, so that's just how it goes. But yeah, those are limitations just to take note. If you're just doing let's say, 3 posts a week within a month, then you won't need to panic about it. But if you're planning months worth of content or years worth of content, bless your soul, then definitely get the paid plans. So anyway, I hope my guide was helpful for y'all, whether you're new or veteran to content creation. I would appreciate it if you leave a like, comment. This is one of my first tutorial type videos, so apologies if it's a little scuffed and stuff. I do have a little bit of a script here to help me keep on track and stuff like that. But usually when I teach people, I kind of do a one-on-one and I have them do it kind of scenario. So me teaching in this kind of capacity is a little bit different. But again, you can always scrub past. I'll try to, when editing, make it as detailed as possible to help navigate you through. But for the most part, it's pretty user-friendly and intuitive, so you should be able to pick up and learn it pretty quickly. So I'm also live on Twitch at least once a week, so stop on by if you want to see some good old gaming streams, occasional co-working stream or eating snacks or building things. But yeah, thank you all, and I'll talk to you all later.